So in the last class, what we had discussion. So we had discussion about how the service now will work the order guide and all other things. So today we will see how the incident will work. So what is an incident? What is an incident? See, an interruption of service is called an incident, which means, for example, we are working a we are working on a laptop. Suddenly the laptop is not working, so that means what you will do, you guys will do the restart or you will do some troubleshooting something. That means if the suddenly the laptop is not working, that's a service, so which is a interruption, so that's a called an incident. A simple terminology, an interruption of service is called an incident. So the service now, why we will have the interruption of the service. So before that, what I will do is, for that incident implementation, so we have to create a record producer. I will show you the record producer how we can create it. So we already seen it, but let's see. Record producer is URD. Record producer. If I open this one, let's see. So I just want to create a new one. For that has a ACLs and scope issue, so that we didn't check it. So we can create uh, a record producer on the incident table and see how it works. So yeah, so incident creation. I'm just making incident creation. So on which table? That's the incident table. So I'm just making this one as an incident table and this one all the stuff. And short description and the description we can give the same thing. Accessibility, these are all stuff. So I'm just going to accessibility. So this is the one. I'm just making this one as a service catalog and lock it. And the category I'm just making can we help. Can we help category, and I'm just going to submit this one. Now what we have done it is we just submitted the thing. Now what happened, we just submitted the record producer, and now what we have to do, we have to write a variable. So for this one, if you write a, I'm just going to write a variable which is a requester. That means who is rising to, for whom are the we are rising to one. So here I'm just marking as a mandatory field, and here it's a map to field. If you are making a map to field, so I'm just making this one as a color, and this is a reference, right? Reference, and order is 100. This is the one, and here I'm just writing this one as a requested for. We can do the same thing. And this one, annotation no need. Type specification, so here what is the table we need to give it, since that is a user, so we will give it as a user sys underscore u. sys underscore user, and this one I'm just making what are the users is active. So I'm just making it a simple reference qualifier as a active, and I'm just going to submit. So this is the one field. Next field, I just want to create a category. So I just want to creating a next one is a category. Let's see how it looks. So map to field. So false. If I give a map to field category, and that is a lookup. Lookup multiple choice, and order is 200 since we already given 100. Mandatory. Next one I'm just making a category. Category, and that type specification. So here is a one which table we need to take the lookup. So I'm just making this one is to the what is a table name. Since it is an incident, we just make the incident, and lookup field. What is a field we need to take it? Category. We can take the category, and see here unique values in one. I will show you why this is the one, and I'm just going to submit this one. Now category is here. Next one, we need to create a description and the short description, and impact and urgency. Those fields we need to add it. So now I'm just going to add another one, impact. The same concept how we are using map to field. Mm, this is a 300, and impact of the incident. So type specification, the table is incident. Impact. Next one I'm just making urgency. So urgency, we'll add the same thing. So we just add urgency. Next one we will add a description and the short description. Let's see how these will work. Next one I'm just making a issue, uh, issue description and issue step, something like. So I'm just making a 500 mandatory. So map to field. This is a short description, and issue description. That meant I'm just writing here whatever we need it, and that is single line text. Next one is the issue description and details. I'm just making one more thing. Show details. I'm just making show details. So we just add here and this one. So now what happened? We just created a this one and see how our this will work. So if I click on here, try it. The requested for is fine, so we can add it. But here you can see whenever if I open this one, see there is a lot of dumb data is there. See, it was coming as a different things. So if you want to avoid this one here, whenever if you are writing a creating a variable other a variable type. So in the variable we have an option. Let's see how it will show. So in the variable we have an option. Just go to the type specification. Here we have called unique values. Just click on the save and include none and saved it. Let's see how it will executes. So now if I reload this one, let's see how it will executes. See, these are all. Like that we can change the impact and urgency also. We will change it. So impact of the urgency and these two. So if you go to the issue category, we configure. That's no issues. Just these are also loading. So here we just go to the include none and unique values and try to save it. So this is the one. Like this, we can add this one. So if you want to, we can add container script also for this all same. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to okay. I'm not giving ability to is a common right. So Andrew watch and this is a hardware and this is high, low and issue description text for record producer. So testing for record and testing for record producer. So I'm just going to submit this one. If I'm going to submit this one, what happens? Let's see. But it is not submitting. Okay, it has a issue. Just wait. See, whatever the incident we have given, the details hardware is come, and the priorities came, and depending upon this impact and urgency, the priority is set up, and this also. So, and also one more thing, if you return any assignment rules, that means so if the category is hardware, we have to assign it to the hardware so that it will go for the same thing here. So it was automatically assigned. So that is a one of the advantage when you use the same thing. So now what we will do it is Now what we will do it is, so like that we can configure our things. That means whenever if you use it, so that automatically assign to the one. Now again, so this is the one thing. And also we can write a UI policy. That means if this category is visible, sorry, if that request for is filled only, then only we need to visible those one. So if you want to, I'm just clicking unmandatory, these are all fields. So where is this mandatory? So here, so I'm just making all are unmandatory. So that means the mandatory I'm marking as a false unless that request are for. Now I have one UI policy, I just want to write it. So if that is visible, then only if the request for is field, then only these fields are to visible. Just go to the catalog UI policy. See, this is the form with details visible. Details visible, and I'm just going to here caller ID. The field is caller ID is not empty. That means it was filled. So the null should be visible, and I'm just going to save this one. So here also we already know it. What are the onload the functionality what we will use it, and this on cell sorry on reverse if also same. Now I'm just going to making the those fields mandatory and visible. Let's see how it will executes. Variable category and mandatory true is variable to. So this is on category description. Impact true. So again the description was fine. Impact next one are the impact short description. Will make a mandatory and visible is true. These four. Next one I just make the urgency. So this is the one. Now what happened? I just written a condition. If the caller ID is not empty, which means caller ID has to fill it, then this firewall will do it. See? So that means if I remove this one, it will automatically remove it. That means if that particular value is filled, then only it has to display the same thing. So this one will. So I'm just going to make, for example, I'm just going to give it as a software, and the impact is low. and urgency is low. And also this is a test for in person record producer one. So we can submit this one and let's see how it will execute. So it automatically see, if I give the category, it was automatically assigned to the software. That's the thing. And if I open this, what is this name? Record producer. See, whenever the record producer is submitted, it will automatically redirect to the page, that incident page. So I want to stop it and I want to make it as a different thing. So which means if I open this one, so this is the one. So here what happened, whenever if you what it contains, so the description short you can write it and see here, redirect to the target record. Redirect, it's going at a generate task record. If I give as a catalog home and try to save it, so I'm just going to try it. So again I'm just going to create it same Andrew Jackson, and this is a data network and hi record producer 244 and submit it. Okay, that's good. Thank you. It is showing as a one. So if see, it was related to the service catalog page. So why? Because here we have given the redirection to the which one to. So always the best practice you can give it as a generated task record. The best practice, because whatever the incident is created, so it has to go to the same page so that we will not face any issues for the same thing. So this is the one thing. And next one, accessibility, that's okay. So that's not a problem. This is the one. And generated recorded data. So that means see, if you want to, whenever if you're creating variable questions, one more thing I forgot it. So just now we created an incident, right? Okay. So whenever the incident is created, for example, incident, see, I'm just going to open the incident. So if I open this Andrew Jackson, this is a created from the record producer. But here, whenever this record producer, what are the user entered value is not visible here, right? The variables, whatever the user has entered, it was not visible. If you want to visible, just go to right click configure, go to the form layout. See here, we have an option called variable iter or iter. What is this? So let me don't know what is the number. No variables. Okay, I think its name is incident variable. I think visual variable iter. Let's check it. Yeah, so this is the one incident variable iter. So I'm just adding it here and save this one. So if I add that incident variable later, that means what are the variables which was entered by the user will be automatically visible here. See here, if you want to, you can add any other section also. For example, you want to add in the note section, so right click, go to configure form layout, go to the node. I'm just going to save it. So if I save it, it's nothing here yet. So now I'm just going to the incident variable later. So this is the one. So this is the like this, it will be visible like this. Wherever we want to add it, we can. But the best practice mostly the will follow the it in the above these. It will not include any section or any other thing. So right now, so the best thing. So go to configure, go to the form layout. Here save it. Form layout. Now again, this. So that means what are the variables or what are the values which was entered by the user. So it will automatically visible from this variable 8. So this is the one. I hope you guys clear or any confusion. Okay, so I'm treating as a confusion. Good. So now again, just go to the this record producer and go to the incident creation. So here the generated template is nothing but, for example, so for example, if I open this major incident type, so what is this template is filled it. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to the templates. Let me open these templates. Okay, in the system definition, we have option called templates. So in these templates, let me check on which table they have written. I think they have an incident table. So let it be open. So the table. So the major incident, if I open that major incident template, so there is some data right here. Short description, caller ID, these are all data. And I'm just, oh my god, oh my god. Reload the form. In this template, and I'm just going to save this one. Now, if I use this template, what happens? So let's see. So that means in the template there are already some predefined data was there, so it will be the same thing here. But sometimes what happened, that field whatever we have entered, it will automatically override. So this is the one, database hardware impact medium. See, what are the value we have entered? It was not override. Why? Because those data we have already added here the short description and the description field. So that's a reason it wasn't. So or else if you want to, we can check it. So what I'm going to do it here, just go back, just go to the configuration item. So here what I'm going to do it is, I will just go into inactive those fields. Let's see what happens. But I mean, so here this is the one. And if I open this one, so now what I'm going to do it is, I'm just going to here. See, we have not just added anyone and Abraham Lincoln and submit it. See, Abraham Lincoln you have added and impact, urgency, criticality. These are all added for this. Because it was override, the value has been override by the this one, this template. That means that if you already added a value, so we cannot go ahead with the same thing. So that means whenever if you want to add this one, so whatever we want to do it is, we'll do the same thing for here. That means here, so in the template what happened, the categories inquiry, impact and urgency, what are we have given, right, it will automatically come here. So that's the one. That means in that value is not here. See here we have seen it, javascript.get user id is nothing but whenever if you logged as a user, we want to come that user is automatically. So I'm just going to configure item. So here what I'm going to do is this, here the caller id, whenever the user is logged it, we have to display as his name. So here I'm just going to remove this template, requested for default value and this one. So now that means javascript.gs.getUser will fetch the current logged in user. So let's see. So I enable these are all fields, and if I am going to check this one, see, this is the one. I think that your policy is not working. Okay, since this field is automatically filled it. See, the system administrator is one. If you want to, we can add the same user, or else we can do the different steps for it. This is the one, and here. So and this is the one more thing, and next one is the, so there is a scripting part. Whenever I the scripting, I will tell you this one. So no need to worry. And this one accessibility, generated SQ data and template and portal. This is in the whenever the portal, so we can write add the same thing here. So right now, for example, I'm just making is a portal. So mandatory attachment. So I'm just making save. So if I am open the service portal, SP, it is the one. So here this is the service portal. Request something. Can we help? Incident creation. So this is the one. So here this is the one, and also whenever you are writing, these are all come, and I'm just taking category, issue description, and this one hardware. So these are all done. When I what is impact, we have not added. Okay, impact. When I try to save it, it will not add it. That means it is asking the attachment for it. So for here, what happened here, what we have added, if I make a mandatory attachment is a false, and I'm just going to save. And now if I reload this form, let's see what it happens. So low database. So all the one, if I click on this one, so that means if you added those one as a mandatory attachment here when you created here, so that will be the use for the same thing. So add attachment, I think we don't require this one. So basically, the most thing, we will not give the mandatory attachment. That means whenever if we require some info, we can from client shift, we can make those field mandatory. That means if they want to add any screenshot or something like, we can add this option. So depending upon some other field value or condition, we can add the same thing for it. So this is about the record producer for the same thing. So this is the topic for today. Anyone has any questions till now what we discussed? We can have a one. Any questions we have? Yeah, okay, that's fine. So today note on the task: create a record producer and incident table. Caller ID should be the logged user, and issue category has to display. Impact and urgent has to display. Description short description has to display, and the configuration item, and that for example, if I open this incident form, where is this incident? So the incident, if I open, there is an option called configuration item. This also has to display. This also has to. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. This also, we need to add it from the user for the same thing. So that's the thing. This is the record producer, and check what happened if you give that accessibility, redirect to the task record or something, and add some predefined values in the template. Right now we don't have, we will not use template. So those are field is not added in that one. So from the template we can add the same thing. So this is the task for today. Anyone has any questions on the task today? Hello, can you hear me? Very good. So any questions on the previous topics? We have 19 minutes, so we have very good time today. So, if you have any questions for the previous topic, we will discuss the more things.